Welcome to Raised in Alaska. Today we're out for a real fun adventure. We've parked at a popular summer fishing spot. We're going to take two snow machines down to the Iditarod Trail and continue downriver for probably 5 miles or so. We're looking for a couple things. We're really scouting out. Next weekend we're going to go on a snow machine overnight camping trip where we're going to park along the Susitna 100 trail. And the Susitna 100 is?
It is a human-powered race. You can either fat tire bike it, cross-country ski, or run walk.
For 100 miles.
Oh yeah, 100 miles, yeah.
In the Alaskan backcountry. And also next weekend
And there's a time frame on it.
Oh yes, and there's a time frame on it. You have to finish the 100 miles in 48 hours, you're disqualified. And then they have checkpoints along the trail, and if you don't make certain times on those checkpoints, then you're automatically disqualified as well.
Yeah, and it's not really it's not one of those sports that a lot of people go on the trail and watch them and cheer them on, so that's kind of one of the fun parts about it.
Today we're going to go out, set a place where we'll put our tent next weekend. We want to pack it down with the snow machines, and then it should freeze over the week, and then next weekend it'll be a nice hard place to set a tent. If you've watched my channel, you notice there's no windshield today. That's because it blew off last night in the dark when we were coming up here, so that's probably a problem for another day. But the other machine that we have is a friend of ours, and he's had that machine over 20 years. He ran it for 2 or 3 years and then has been parked for 20 years. And he got it running a couple weeks ago. Not that it was broke down, but he got it out, got it running. And we took it out a couple weeks ago on an adventure to a cabin. And so we're gonna have it back out today. It's a peppy little machine.
Yeah, and it ran great.
Yeah, it ran great. And so we're looking forward to today and also next weekend. So, you know, enjoy today, hopefully. Look for next weekend. Okay, I think so. Instead of going down the boat ramp like we were going to do, that's where we're going to go down that way later because that's where the Irondog will be. This is where the Susitna 100 is going to be. Last time when we came to here, we went this way, right? Remember last year?
Yes, but I think we go this way. Oh, is this not right?
No, this is right, I think.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that's the trail marker.
Yep, and so you go into Eagle Quest there, and they came this way, and then they go that way. So this is the still coming way. So this is how we started last year.
I think so.
All right, so let's continue down this way and see what happens.
Okay.
This is where we camped when we went to this last year. And so I'm just going to pack down a spot right here so we can put our tent there. got this all nice and flat. And then what I try to do is camouflage this so that I just want people to just go blasting by here and not stop and say, oh look, it's a nice flat spot, and go out there. What should happen is today it's about 35 degrees or so, and it's supposed to get colder as the week goes on. So once it gets colder, this is going to freeze solid, and it should create a nice hard platform. But if somebody goes and blasts around there or walks through there, then it's going to jank it up. We'll take a quick little look here. And so you can see now that you can't really tell that a whole lot went on here. And so people should just come blasting down the trail here and not notice this nice level spot and be able to put our tent there. And what I tried to do when I went in this side here, when I first started packing it down, I made it narrow so that you wouldn't even notice it. And then it just gets wide over here. So that should create a really nice place to camp next weekend. We'll see. What I think is going to happen will happen, and it freezes solid. It'd be nice. I mean, I don't know what the temperatures are next week, but if it was like 10 degrees and that freezes hard, we might just be able to walk right on it.
Yeah, I thought you might do it like near trees or something.
We'll set the tent up like we did last year, so it's looking down the trail so we can see him coming. My friend said that she thinks she'll be coming by here by 10 p.m. This is a super cute little cabin. We'll go in and take a look. A loft. We'll look at the loft in a second. Can't quite stand up here, but you could have kids sleep up here. So we're drying gear all over the place here. We got dinner happening.
Cooking up some bacon to go with our steak. And then we'll also have some cooked up for our breakfast in the morning. Cooked perfectly.
That is cooked really nicely. Well, super cute little cabin.
Mm-hmm. 6.
Nine. So today turned out to be pretty successful.
Yeah.
And we got that one place packed down. So we have 2 places packed down.
So this morning we're going to have one of our favorite breakfasts when we have steak the night before. We use the leftover steak. So in this breakfast we have potatoes, some red pepper and onion steak, bacon, of course eggs, and then we will in the end top it off with a little bit of cheese.
I got this off AirBnB. It's where I found this, and we rented it for 2 days. The guy that went and reconditioned this cabin and made it like it is now came over and talked to us. He's the owner of the cabin, him and his wife. And he was talking about when they bought this cabin, he said it looked like an outhouse on the inside of it. And he said that he had...
Because it was dark. Because it was dark.
Well, it was dark, and he said the logs were really dark because they hadn't been, you know, properly taken care of. So they came in with grinders and obviously face masks and everything. They ground all these logs down with grinders, and then they finished them so that they would stay this color. And obviously they put a new floor in here and the little kitchen counter and the bathroom.
Yeah, it was a dry cabin.
Yeah, it was a dry cabin before. And so they made it into this cute little thing. So this weekend was really about coming down, scouting out where the Irondog is going to be next weekend in the Susitna 100. We were successful with that. We got a pad laid in and tamped down with our snow machine so we can set a tent up there. And so next week we'll be camping outside.
One of the other things I'm looking forward to is, remember last year we could hear dog mushers in the middle of the night. They go by with their teams. Mm-hmm. And we saw, yesterday when we went out, we saw somebody loading their dogs, well, unloading their dogs to hook them up. And I thought we might see some dogs out on the trail, but we didn't end up seeing any.
That's always a treat, I think. You know, and we're on the Iditarod Trail.
Yeah. And
so some of these racers are Iditarod racers just getting out on the trail, checking trail conditions and getting their dogs used to, I mean, obviously their dog's already in shape, but I'm sure that they're going out and doing long days and spending nights out there, so their dogs are used to that, and so they're used to it.
Cute little loft would be great for kids playing. Easily you could sleep up there. They've got some pad things you can sleep on, and some games and stuff. Super cute. Bathroom. Perfect bathroom. It's got everything you need. Small shower, sink, toilet, obviously. And then the kitchen, great use of space. Small sink, counter space, 2-burner stove.
So the whole place is really Alaska themed. There's a sign over there that says Rustic, Alaska. Obviously, if you recognize this, this is Alaska. The logs are really nicely done, and when I touch them, they're not cold. These are probably 8 or 10-inch logs, and so that's the only insulation in the whole cabin is that. They do have a Toyo diesel stove in here. The nice thing about that is that when we came in here, it was already warm, and you could leave this on, and it would stay warm, which is really nice. I personally think a cabin should have a wood stove, but this is much more practical. And so it makes me think, and part of my cabin tours that I'm doing this winter is to get ideas if I build a cabin, because I want to build a cabin. And initially I thought I'm just going to have a wood stove. The problem with the wood stove is when you show up, you have to get the fire going, and like these logs would need to heat up. And granted, the ambient temperature inside would get warm, but it wouldn't really stay warm until the logs are warm all the way through, or the walls are warm at least. And so this makes me think I need to have some kind of heat source I can start up about a day before I get there or something like that. And so it's super, super efficient, easy to use, and it makes things nice. Cute little bed here, nice use of space again, and then you can see the loft here.
Thanks for watching.